a volume issue again. For the first time in Artist Train's history, I think we start early. Well, I may have started early out of shame, but I don't think I've started a whole 2 minutes early. So I'll wait to see myself running in the computer. There we go, looking good. Wait, gotta get the. There we go. But yeah, hello everybody. Well, I'd say that's the thing. Like I'm 2 minutes ahead. I'm so used to saying it a little later than now, but might as well. We'll wait for a few more people to come in. But hello everybody, and welcome back to Orange Trains. Oh, my name is Corey. My name's Corey, and in today's stream, it's Sunday, Runday, number 39. We're almost at number 40, and then number 50. Wow, we've come quite a ways, haven't we? But anyways, I can start to call people in because I'm a little early this time and we don't have that many people here yet. So immediately I see CJ, hello, hello. I see Connor Jackson. I see Pierce's Trains. I see Randall. I see Isaiah Hawkins. And I see Chris, Trains in New York. Hello, hello. So yeah, I guess that's everyone we have in so far. So good to get started a little early because I got a lot to talk about. First, well, actually I should get into it a little later because as more people come in, I want to then say what trains we're running. I'll say it now and I'll mention it again later. So the trains we're running tonight, we're running the fan favorites. Now, when I mean fan favorites, I mean the trains that get requested so much. So first off, we have 611 on the outer loop. I'm sure everybody here and the entire chat and the entire channel loves the NPC 611 to death. So I thought I'd bring out 611 with the consist. We got the Blue Comet on the inner loop. We got the Santa Fe F3s on the upper loop. And then on the other side, I got to flip the camera. I gotta walk around here. It's really tough because my setup isn't that easy. We got my grandfather's tin plate 259. Everybody loves that one. We got the Camelback sitting on the siding. This is honorable mentions. I don't think we'll be running them tonight. But everybody loves the Camelback. We got the CSX Mac over here, which just doesn't want to work anymore. So him and the Burlington Northern U-boat are both sitting on the sidelines with the Camelback. For show, they won't be running tonight, but everything else on the main lines will be running and we'll get some good shots. So anyways, now I gotta get all the way back over to my original spot. So I guess let's get in here. There, perfect. Alrighty, so again, so many more people have come through the doors. I see H-Man, I see Bugs, I see Devon, I see Phantom AFOL, I see Rail Chief 74. Man, everybody's coming in. Maybe I should start early more often. But yeah, anyways, this is a tough Sunday for me. And the reason why is if you all remember last Sunday, I just started off on winter break and oh, how great that was. I had no clue what was coming in. Now, winter break's completely over, and I have to get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow to go off to college. Man, I'm gonna miss it. But yeah, over break, I went to New Orleans, Louisiana, my mom's hometown. We thought we'd go back down there to see some family and to see some other things and just have a good time and get to the nice warm weather. And nice warm weather it was. It was 70 degrees most of the time, except for Tuesday when there was a tornado. We'll get to that in a sec. But yeah, otherwise that was 70 degrees and beautiful. It was shorts weather the entire time, nice breezy breaks and all that stuff. So I gotta show you guys some of the trains I saw, because naturally, how can I go down to New Orleans and not see any trains? I did not think New Orleans was a very trainy place or whatever, but there's I believe 7 different railroads that are in New Orleans, and all over the city you can hear horns. Like everywhere you go, you hear train horns. So I gotta show you guys some of the trains I caught. So starting off on Monday, the 21st, when I first went down there, this was a day after Sunday Runday, I had to go see the Kansas City Southern Yard to see if there's that, because I didn't know, like, we still don't kind of know what this CPKCS thing, Canadian Pacific and Kansas City Southern, so I decided to go on down and see if the power was there, maybe if it was CP or leaser power or whatever, and I got my laptop pulled up here, but you can kind of see some of the power I saw. So we got a beautiful trio of KCS Max, like on the kind of in the center there, which were beautiful. Oh my goodness, those things are great. And then you have the little yard shunner power on the other side there, 2 Jeeps. I did get the numbers. Let me see. So the Big Mac is $39.40. Then the little Jeep set is, or what are those SD40s? No, those are Jeeps, $28.50. And then I'll scroll to another picture there. You kind of get a better idea at some of the stuff. So, and then again, I love photography so much and rail photography. So yes, these are my pictures. So there you go. There's for me the money shot. So this says the KCS New Orleans West Yard, 220 LNA Road. So there you go. That was it right there. And who knows how long that sign's going to be around for. So I really wanted to get a picture with the locomotives and the sign. And what was really cool was, and my luck, is my luck with trains is usually terrible. I usually talk about it all the time, but right as we got there, they were pulling the Max out to put onto a freight train. So you can see the conductor right on the front there. And the engineer is actually in the back locomotive there. So I did get a video of that. I won't be playing the video. And I didn't get any video to post on the channel, just a quick iPhone video. It's too hard to pull up. So, yeah, that was those. This is another picture of the yard power there. Then this was another yard power that was moving around. We have, I believe, these were two Jeeps, and they had a leaser unit in the back, which I actually didn't get a picture of, sadly. So I don't know the number on it. Oh, wait, nope, you can just barely make it out. It's a gray Kansas City Southern Ghost unit. Trying to zoom in there. See, you can see the KCS logo right on the side there. So, I don't know what the number was, but that was very rare, and that was great. So, yeah, anyways, and then again, there's another picture of the power there. So, and then there's another picture of it going into the yard. So, that was, I keep finding new chains. So then after we went to the Kansas City yard, we were headed into the big city, right? Because we got a hotel on, wow, I already forgot the street we stayed on. Was it Charleston? No. St. Charles Avenue, yes. At the, I don't know. It was next to the International Hotel, but it wasn't the International. Yes, that was CJ. That was my very first grade ghost. So that was a lot of fun, but I saw this. And I freaked out. An Amtrak Dash 8. Oh, look at this thing. I know it's a terrible picture, and I had to shoot it so far away, but, let's see. It's number 507, or is it a P... I don't know. Can somebody clarify if this is a P40 or a Dash 8 or whatever this is? I don't know. But it was so cool. I'm like, oh, you don't see those every day. Got to take a picture of it. So that was that there. Let's see if I can find another. And again, I took so many, yes, St. Charles that too. Okay, P32. Thank you, CJ. So again, I took so many different photos of New Orleans because I love doing pictures of everything. I don't just do pictures of James Day. So many people are coming in here. Thank you all for swinging in. I got so many pictures of New Orleans. Okay, so this was fun. This was a lot of fun. So we were eating right by Jackson Square after President Andrew Jackson. So we were eating at Jackson Square. Okay, Dash 8. Okay, so those things are not common at all. All right, awesome. So we were eating, and Harrison knows because I sent him the message immediately after, but we were eating at Jackson Square, and the main line that goes by right on the Mississippi River here is shared by the trolleys and the Roger, what's up, Roger? Shared by the trolleys, the RTA, and the New Orleans Public Belt. And yes, that's them. So I was like, oh, like I heard the horn coming right, I'm like, oh, New Orleans Public Belt, but no. I think this was at least a good 50 to 60 car long BNSF freight train with an Ace Duo went through. And again, not a good picture or anything because I'm trying to shoot this out of a restaurant window, but I just had to shoot it. So, but we have BNSF 9125 and then BNSF 9224, I think it is. So, we had these two fellas going by, and I was freaking out. I'm like, okay, I don't think BNSF normally goes by in the New Orleans Public Belt. So I had to get a picture of it naturally. And I don't know if anybody is from NOLA or the New Orleans area and knows about the New Orleans Public Belt, and if BNSF power is typical on there, but I don't think it is. So either way, it's just still a cool catch. So let's see, going down. I think that was the last train I saw of the day, but then I also love river boats, and then there's some of the other stuff. Like again, I got so many pictures of all the different ships. I just love transportation in general and art stuff. So then the trolleys, oh my goodness, don't get me started on the streetcars. Those are the prettiest things I've ever seen. So yeah, and then that pretty much, there you go. So there's a little more of the streetcars there. And then there's looking out of our hotel room. There's more streetcar. There's 947. Yep, that was the one we rode on. So if I ever do get a New Orleans streetcar for the O-Gauge or HO, I'm gonna make it 947. But oh, that was such a fun ride. I tell you, I loved it. It's cheap too. We rode the entire system. And gosh, what was it? I don't know, but it took us 2 hours to get around the entire thing in the entire St. Charles. I don't know how many miles it was. Probably at least a good, what, 5 or whatever? I know it doesn't sound like much, but in a commuter railroad or whatever, old style trolley going around with the constant stops and stuff. 2 hours, and let's see, it cost $1.25 per person, so I was like a little over $3 for my parents and I. So for like $3 for a 2 hour round trip out of a 1920s looking trolley, best budget train ride you're gonna get. But yep, $1.25. But what I learned though is that these trolleys are not meant for tourists like me. And what I mean by that is that so many New Orleans residents or whatever use the trolleys for commuting or whatever, or stuff like that. And my parents and I were just riding for fun, like tourism and stuff. So as we're going around the trolley, we did not move the seats at all. We were staying in the same spot. Yet so many people were coming in and out, and usually, like, you know, nobody really stays on the trolley besides the rider. So we were the only people there. You know how many trolleys I saw that were empty at the end of the line, and then there was just us? It felt really strange. But as we were there, going back into New Orleans from the very end of St. Charles, it got more and more crowded to where there were probably, gosh, what? I don't know, upwards of 50 people in a trolley. Like, it was so packed. It was sardines. So I realized that, yeah, you don't see many tourists on this. You usually see commuters, and then there's a trolley passing a trolley. Oh, it was so much fun. I loved it. The trolleys are freaking great. And then there's one at the CVS pharmacy. So, and there's some street bands and all that stuff. And there's, yeah, so that's that. So let me go on to the next day, or the day after that. So, let's see. The 22nd, we went to the World War II Museum. Fantastic. Oh my goodness, I recommend it completely. I'll show a little bit. But there was a lot of cool stuff. I cannot believe they held a C-47 from the ceiling. I don't know how you do that. There was a lot of cool stuff in the World War II Museum. I'm just going to skip past it because I'm trying to find the train that I got and all that. There's a lot of different stuff. Okay, there was a clothing store that was all 40s, and I loved it. That was okay. No, Connor, I didn't buy any trains because all the train stores were closed. I couldn't find a single one. And I was like, where are they? There used to be one right by Café du Monde, and it's not there anymore. I don't know what happened. That was like my childhood train store. Let me see. Oh, this next one's fun. Okay, so we went to Café du Monde. Great. Absolutely the best in New Orleans. Love it. And let's see. There's Jackson Square. There's my parents. That's the... Come on, where is it? So what was really cool, right? Here you go. All right, so the New Orleans Public Belt was finally working that day, and they were moving cars down the end. And the train didn't go by completely to where I could get a picture of it, but fun coincidence, trolley number 2004 is on the left, and then New Orleans Public Belt number 2005 is on the right. I just found that funny, how the numbers are in succession of each other, and they're right next to each other, just divided by some poles. So I found that pretty cool. Let's see, Navy ships, guy on the saxophone. Again, I took over 350 completely finished pictures. I'm just, oh yeah, okay, here's the money shot. All right, so we crossed the Mississippi River to go see my uncle, who's in Harvey, and we encountered the New Orleans and Gulf Coast Railroad. Now, I always struggle to say it. The NOGC, I believe that's the mark or whatever. I thought, oh, short line railroad, they must barely run. Or at least that's how it is in upstate New York. If you see a short line, they don't run every day. But I think down here in New Orleans, since the traffic from the ships and stuff and the freight and all that is so common, these short lines are running all the time. Because when I was at my uncle's place, he's not far from the tracks, all I could hear was the horn 24/7, non-stop. So I had to get a picture of. So my dad and I decided to leave my mom at my uncle's place, since that's her brother or whatever. So let them have a little alone time and talk. When my dad and I went out to go see the train, and oh my God, oh, so beautiful. So we saw it going out of the crossing. It was going east towards Gretna. And I don't know what drawbridge this is, but this is like the coolest drawbridge. So, and it's a fast one too. It's like as fast as a Lionel drawbridge. It like goes up and down like this. Like not that fast, obviously, but very fast. So we're getting ahead of it, and the bridge goes down. I'm like, all right, it's coming. And then I got the train going through the bridge here. This is New Orleans Gulf Coast number 915, and then the locomotive after that is I don't know. But as you can see, these images were only taken like 2 minutes apart because this is a very short oil train. So the second, and it was only going like 5 miles per hour. So once it went by, the bridge immediately went back up. I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. So anyways, here it is. So what we thought was going to happen was we thought it would keep going east and stuff, like work an industry or two, keep going east. But instead, it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. They kept going east. They stopped at this one oil or little oil plant or whatever. And what they did was they took, like this is a double set, right, 2 Jeeps, and they took one of the locomotives off, and then they took the other one and took the cars out, put the other locomotive on the other end, and had 2 locomotives on each end facing different directions, and ran the train back, and then went to go work at other oil industries, and that's when we stopped following it. But here it is working the industry here. It was pretty cool, actually. And then there's the other one. They took the locomotive off the lash up, right? And I thought they were going to push it back more, but they just kind of left it in the middle of the road at the crossing. We're like, oh, they're going to go get that thing? And then we thought they were taking off for Gretna, and we're like, oh, I guess they're forgetting the other locomotive. But no, they went back, and then they coupled to it on the other end. I don't know. I've never seen a move like that before. But, yeah, so this is this one here. This is New Orleans and Gulf Coast is obviously owned by a parent company or whatever, and this is obviously one of their other locomotives from a sister railroad. This is the Wichita something in Jackson Railway Co. I'm sure some of you have seen like a locomotive like this before, but it was really, really cool though. It was awesome. And then the last catch I got was, let me see if I can find it. More trolleys, riverboat stuff. While I'm waiting to find the riverboat, here's some big Navy ships. That was pretty cool. Those are part of the U.S. Navy Reserve Fleet. And those are our troop carriers, I believe, which are pretty cool. Almost like modern day Liberty ships. You hope they're not that cheaply designed, because as we all know, the Liberty ships weren't really built to last. They were just built to get the troops over there and get them back as fast as possible. Let's see. Come on, where is it? So, finally, I don't know what yard this is. I believe this is either the BNSF yard or the Norfolk Southern yard. But as we were heading out from our ride on the, the riverboat, we headed over to either the BNSF or NS yard and saw this fella right here. Had a complete head-on shot, a BNSF 7802 right there. You can kind of get a better image of it there. And I don't know what it was doing. It did have the ditches on, and I don't think there was a crew in it there. So, I don't know what was going on, but like, hey, train, I'll take a picture of it. And, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I missed. I did see a Texaco, and I'm sure to many of my southern subscribers or whatever, like, huh? We get Texaco all the way, all the time down here. Versus us in upstate New York. Texaco went away a very long time ago. So for me, it's especially me as the kind of like car Petroliana kid, I love seeing a Texaco. Like, oh, you know how crazy they went? We're like, yo, like it's Texaco. How's the slogan go again? You can trust your car to the system with the star. I believe that's it. So yeah, that was so much fun. I had so much fun over break, and then. So yeah, that World War II plane in Schenectady. So also honorable mention shot. I don't know where we were, but as we were departing Chicago, I got a picture of the hump yard here. Let me see if I can show you. Out of Chicago Midway, and I don't know what rail yard this is, but this is pretty cool. It's not every day you get an angle like this without a drone. Looking into the hump yard there, so that was pretty cool. And then look at what I got all the way from the plane window. I saw some KCS-CP duo. That was great. Oh, I love that. Yeah, that was the old Ohio Angler. Then they changed it because, you know, as we all know, many gas stations across the U.S., or depending on what state you're in, got rid of the guys at the pump, so you didn't get any guy there anymore. So how can you say trust the guy with the star when there's no guy pumping your gas? So I guess they changed it to that. But anyways, yeah, that was pretty much my experience at New Orleans. It was fantastic. I loved it so much. It was great to go see some family again. And it was great to go down there with a new perspective. And what I mean by that is the last time I went to New Orleans was like 2010 or 2012. So it's been over 10 years since the last time I was there. So it was nice to go down there with, like, because I was a little 10-year-old. I didn't know anything. All I knew was I want to play Mario and I want to go see my grandpa. That, that was pretty much it when I was going to New Orleans. So, but now kind of going down, being like, oh, I love photography. I got to capture as many different things as possible. See what type of art I can make and this, that, and the third, or whatever. Just going down to see family. That's really what it mattered. I haven't seen my Aunt Carol and my Uncle Kenny in, again, over 10 years is the last time I saw him. So it was great to see him again. It really was. So, but yeah, CJ's telling me to ask what the tornado was like. So when I was in New Orleans, for those who didn't know, I'm not sure how much spread around the news, but on Tuesday night, yeah, Dad's saying it right there. Yeah, I'll get to that in just a sec. But it was Tuesday night. We just got back from the World War II Museum, the National World War II Museum, right, like a few blocks away from our hotel. And again, I love that World War II Museum. It is so cool. I love World War II history and all that stuff. World War I, Civil War, all that stuff. I think it's really fascinating. And again, if there's any veterans in the audience here, if any family members who served, thank you very much for your service and all that. Oh my god, they had such good displays at the museum. There was this one, okay, one sec. There was this one Japanese veteran, not American, he was actually from the Imperial Japanese. Was it the Air Force or the Navy Air Force? I don't know, but he was at Pearl Harbor. He was in the planes attacking, Ford Island and all that stuff. He didn't die, obviously, but well, now he is, but he didn't die in the battle, but he went back home after and over time felt such remorse for what he did. Like, we had no clue what we were doing. It was terrible to do a surprise attack on the enemy and stuff like that. So they had a little Pearl Harbor, well, not little actually, they had a really cool Pearl Harbor display and all that. And there was a video, it was like, like those things where you sit down in the corner of the museum and it kind of shows you the video and stuff, but they showed a video of him and he was talking to the camera. He's like, so each year I try to go to Pearl Harbor during the anniversary and I always drop a rose with he befriended some American World War II vets. It's like, or I always drop some roses in honor of the guys who died that day and all, they didn't deserve it, or I can't remember how it went, but it was so moving. I'm like, oh man, that guy really feels pain for what he and his side did. I don't know, just stuff like that. It was so freaking good. So if you're in New Orleans and you have time to go see the National World War II Museum, I highly recommend it. But anyways, we got back from the museum that day. I had just gotten a really cool 40s shirt, and I'll wear it next stream if I remember. I'll dress up 40s, like I'll do my hair. Well, my hair's kind of like it, but I'll do my hair. I'll get the shirt on. I'll get the shoes. I'll have new glasses, but all that. But we were eating at a little restaurant called the Streetcar Cafe, which is right next to my hotel because we couldn't find any other options. And we thought it was going to be raining all day. We didn't know a tornado was coming. It was just like tornado watch. Well, it was eventually a tornado watch. But anyways, we were eating, right? And it keeps getting worse and worse outside. It starts raining, it starts pouring, it starts raining sideways. And you can kind of hear the wind. And then all of a sudden, the tornado alert thing, like the beep thing is going off of people's phones. I'm like, okay, this is starting to sound like doomsday. And it didn't get much worse than that, luckily, or whatever. But everyone's phones kept going off with the National Weather Service. Like, it was kind of scary, but it was rather annoying because I was trying to eat a shrimp po' boy, and I'm just I bite into it like bloop bloop bloop, like I'm just trying to eat. So, anyways, we got back to our hotel room and it stops raining. Like, hey, it's great outside now. And we're seeing on the news, tornado, and what was it? It started with A. Ardeen? I don't know. It was 5 miles east of the direct center city of New Orleans. And we're like, Yes, there was a tornado touchdown, and then it showed like the footage. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but it's like a truck on the side, like in a Chevy, like a guy driving a Chevy. His truck gets blown over on the side, and then the wind blows him back on the wheel. He just drives away. And then Chevy gave him a truck. Chevy saw the thing, was like, "Oh man, that guy's got guts." And then they gave him like a new Chevy truck. But oh, it was terrible though. We're seeing on the news, I guess, a tornado struck 5 miles away. I'm like, 5 miles. That's like the closest I've ever been to a severe weather event like that. So it was really crazy. It was really bad. I think there is hopefully, well, not hopefully, but there was only one civilian death from what I heard, and hopefully there was no more than that. But we heard that, yes, a lot of power lines got destroyed, and when we went on a riverboat, we saw some of the damage that was done. It's so odd. Hurricanes versus tornadoes are two completely different things. Hurricanes take such a wide path of things versus tornadoes, depending on the type, can have such a thin little base. So how it worked, right, was there was a bunch of buildings, it crossed over the Mississippi, and instead of like taking away from a bunch of these buildings, like ripping off the roofs and taking down power lines, the tornado had a very thin base. So it only hit like one building with all these others like on the side or whatever, and it shredded the roof like a cheese grater or something. It tore it up. Like it looked like a can or something like that. So that was really bad to see some of the damage it done. And the fact that it was kind of that close is a little scary. So that's one of the many things you got to live with when you're in the South and kind of in that tropical, weathery region. And that's the one. Oh, that's what I hate about it. When I always hear big things like that happen, it must suck. But yeah, that was the tornado that went by a few miles east. So yeah, anyways, I think I touched on everything. Yeah, Dan Railfan Adventure says, I'd go chasing it. Yeah, Dan, knowing you, I know you would go chasing that tornado. You love your big weather events. But, yeah, anyways, that was the big weather thing. And it was scary, though, seeing some of that footage of how dark that tornado was. Like, the other way, you're looking at blue skies, and the other way is dark, gray, black tornado crossing the Mississippi. Like, geez, that's something right out of a horror movie. But anyways, back to the trains. But again, for people coming in, we have 37 viewers. Thank you very much. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do. But trains we're running tonight, we're running the fan favorites, as I call it. The most requested trains, or at least the most commonly liked trains on the channel. We got Norfolk Western 611 with its cars over here on the outside. We have the Blue Comet on the inner loop. We got the Santa Fe F3s up there. We have my grandfather's 259E, not 259E. Wait. I think it is a 259E. 259E template Lionel locomotive. We got the D&H Camelback over there. And then over there we got the CSX Mack and the Burlington Northern U-boat. So that's some of the most requested locomotives I see every time in the chat. It's always, can you run this, or this, or this? I've never seen anybody ask, oh, Corey, can you run the Lehigh Valley, or the Virginian, or the little, I don't know, car over there. So, yeah. Yeah, it was rated an EF3. What's the worst, what's the worst a tornado can get then, Dan? Because EF3 is like mid between bad, right? Like between not serious at all and bad. Tornado, or I don't know my weather stuff too well. Slag Cat, hello, thanks for swinging in. Yeah, that's the first time I've said that this stream. I just said thanks for coming in. I gotta get back to my swinging. And I really need some water. Otherwise, I'm trying to think of other. Okay, EF5 was the worst. Okay, so that's not too good. The fact that it was a little over the halfway mark between dangerous. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, that's the thing though. I did not know a tornado was. I just heard the weather alert, right? And I'm like, okay, it's a little scary because this area is known for that kind of bad weather. But I think we're gonna be all good. But yeah, that was not fun to learn that a tornado went by. Let's see. Iron Horse Production says, "Our strange. I just got a Blue Comet." I was gonna mention this, and I don't think it's due to me or anything at all. Nothing like that at all. But is it me, or has the NPC Blue Comet, or just Blue Comet in general, gotten a lot more popular over the past year or two? Like when I first started YouTubing, right, and O-Gauge stuff, I didn't see much on the Blue Comet out there or anything like that. And now these days, it seems like there's the whole tidal wave of people coming to appreciate the Blue Comet for how much it's really worth, and the lovely trade said it is. But no, really though, I don't know. Is there like something going on with like the Blue Comet to where it's like a huge like thing now or trend? Like, oh, I gotta get the Blue Comet set, or I don't know what's up, but I just see all over Facebook and YouTube like, oh, got a Blue Comet set today, and like. I'm like, all right, but why is everybody getting the Comet just now? But I'm just curious. I don't know. I've always loved the Blue Comet, and that's funny. Not too many people I know in the NPC, or at least just in the line, are aware of the NPC Blue Comet. Everybody knows the 10-plate Comet, and everybody knows the modern Blue Comet, but there's a few people I've encountered who didn't know there was an NPC Blue Comet, or just didn't. And I mean, I can understand why not many people are attracted to it. I mean, it doesn't look too realistic or whatever. I mean, it's got a completely blue front. It doesn't have the actual silver front, and the wheels aren't too accurate. It's not very accurate, but still, I love the Blue Comet. This is my childhood right here, all in one locomotive. This was the piece to run at my grandfather's. But I don't know what's behind the big Blue Comet wave, but I don't mind. It's fun to see oh my goodness, I would love to do that. Have a Blue Comet meetup. Find a big place that can run like 4 Blue Comets at once. Just make sure you don't get your Blue Comets mixed together or whatever. Oh, that'd be terrible. Whose is whose? I saw a few comments go by. Scott says 611 in the Blue Comet. That is NPC. This is like key NPC right here. All you need is the Southern Crescent in the 44-49 Southern Pacific, and then you've pretty much got the big few right, and the Union Pacific. Okay, gotta keep going. There's a lot more pretty NPC sets. I keep talking about one and the others come up. Iron Horse says the cars I have are from Lionel, but the locomotive is MTH. Interesting. Are the cars this type of Blue Comet car NPC, or like the modern ones and stuff? Pierce says, are you running the smoke units today? I mean, yes, but remember, NPC in post-war is better than NPC, but NPC kind of sucks with smoke units. Like, remember, it's just a little tiny line or whatever. So these two, yes, have them on, but you're never gonna see anything. You'll kind of see it and stuff, but it won't be that noticeable or anything. Let's see. CJ says, where's the Union Pacific? And we're gonna, you're singing the song. For people who, one fun fact about CJ, and actually CJ, I don't know, but I can almost guarantee you, CJ's favorite train song of all time is We're a Great Big Rolling Railroad. Every time I've ever seen CJ, he always brings up the song. That's how much he loves it. And let me playing it on his little iPad. It's so adorable. I love it. That's CJ's favorite song, though. That's why I gotta get me some... Yeah, you're right, H. You're right. But that's why I gotta get me some UP for CJ. So at the next train show, I will have my eyes out for a cheap little Union Pacific Jeep or something for the OKJ. But... what was I saying? Randall says, hey Corey, I got one of my Athearn Genesis finally! Legendary livery BNSF FP45s the other day. Probably won't get around to reviewing it today, but Willie's already cool. Keep my eyes out for that. Scott Bruce says, I bought a new in-box NPC 4449 Daylight in the smoke unit. Oh, it doesn't work. Yeah, that's the one thing with NPC trains. As much as new in-box is nice, you kind of risk a lot because the fact it's been sitting for, 40 years now, without being run or whatever, it can kind of build up some issues or whatever, depending on the grease and fluids inside the locomotive and all that. So, I was going to also I'm going to read Dan's comment and then I'll go on my 1-minute rant. Dan says, also, Corey, now that I don't have Amtrak 156 anymore, you'll have to run my, yeah, sure, 80, oh yeah, didn't 8099 get into the wreck or whatever? Yours is moving in the real one, isn't it? Randall says, got a really cool locomotive coming soon, wait till the sequel. Alright, I'm gonna flip. I'm assuming it's DNH or Boston and Maine, or New York Central, and something like that, so I'll also keep my eyes out for that, but one thing I was gonna quickly take a 1-minute rant about and it's all O gauge, is just what kind of starts to annoy me is the amount of maintenance these little things need. Now, with my HO trains, I've never had to send a single one. You Nork Central. That's probably what I said. But Dan has a blown ditch light too. Yeah, 8099 have one a few years ago, or whatever. But I was gonna say though, not a single one of my HO locomotives I've ever had to take back to a manufacturer, or not manufacturer, just to a person to get repaired. I'm sure I know a few of them have some issues and stuff, and I've got that modified or whatever. But it seems every O gauge locomotive I have is starting to break down, and like. Granted, these things are old, you know. A lot of these, every train on this wall here, except for like one or two, are older than me. But it's kind of surprising how much these consume stuff. Like, for example, Blue Comet here, actually. About 2 weeks ago, I greased it and lubed it, right, to get it all ready for the stream, then ran it, and now already it's making sounds again, like I didn't do any of that. Or, I don't know, just a lot of maintenance stuff on this is kind of what drives me crazy. Like, I'll show you here. Every single train on this wall has an issue with it. Most of the trains on this wall cannot run, is the type of bad spot I'm at. And I'm not going to hide it. I'm going to be honest with you and say most of the trains here don't run. And I don't really have the cash or really the time just to send these to the shops. So again, I'll go over the issues. These two traction tire issues, but now they're starting to have motor issues. This guy just doesn't want to work anymore. Gang car is like slippy, like the bumper will go out of place, and I don't know, it's weird. That car works. That thing's great. Red Comet's been dead for over a year now, I think. 25090 is good, but that just needs some general maintenance. But some of the other locomotives, 681 consumes so much grease. And I'm putting in the proper amount. I'm reading the YouTube... Or not, I was just about to say reading the YouTube videos. Yes, that's how it works. No, I was watching videos and stuff and just reading online. And I'm doing the recommended amount of lubricant and stuff and grease and all that. And still, it seems like it's never healthy. Or the Amtrak here is starting to get iffy. The New Havens don't really work well anymore. The New York Central FTs are great. D&H, what do you call it? RS3 is starting to be really weird. It's starting to move back and forth. Or not back and forth. Like, when you move it, it's very bumpy. And again, it's nothing to do with grease or anything. It's so odd. The D&H U-boats, the couplers are terrible. The little Missouri St. Louis, the little shunner over there, he's not good. Both F unit set, both Alco FA sets are pretty much in the, not in the gutter or anything, but those don't work anymore. Something with the electronics went bad. All the steam engines here kind of work. The Burke can't pull anymore. It can barely pull 4 cars, and that's not good because these things are supposed to be pulling machines. This is the 2025. This thing's bad. It never got restored though. This is not the good 2025. This is one I got from an auction. Baltimore and Ohio, the wheels or something slipped out of place and it can't run anymore. Template 261, I think. It's a modern version. The tender's terrible, keeps sparking. The locomotive itself works fine, but I mean, what fun is it running a locomotive without the tender? 1666 works good, tender's bad. 080 rubber tires fell off, it can't pull anymore. And little bell switcher's fine. Then down here, GG1 is not good anymore, it's not wanting to work right. And the tie ejector is not working at all when I put power onto it. And that's just a little preview of some of the problems. And I really don't get it. I understand. You got to put a lot of love into your trades for them to work right and all, but I have not. I should get to that soon, but I've not needed to grease or lubricate or do anything. I just keep my track clean and keep the wheels clean in the locomotives, and that seems to do the trick for those things. But this here, I don't know. It's like a hospital. These are my patients, and it seems every patient has a different issue, or at least I don't know. I guess the common issue would be the cold, and the cold is the rubber tire issue or whatever. So I know. Yeah, let's go rail fanning. My decoration shelves are now deadline shelves. That's the problem. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. There's just a lot of work that takes time to do all this stuff, and I don't really with college, and then I'm getting a job over this summer, and I'm gonna be busy with other train clubs and stuff. So I'm gonna be very, I don't know, I'm not gonna have much time to work on this stuff, honestly. Drunken Pig says, "Can you do the Lionel cross?" Yeah, of course. I don't even have to put a coin in. Cheated this system. Remember the dance I used to do? Take some stuff. So yeah, that was just my little rant on why I don't know why everything just breaks down in O gauge, or especially the modern trains. Oh goodness! Oh, the CSX doesn't work anymore, as you guys saw. It will not move forward. So I don't know what it is. It's just so much behind this, and I mean, I just don't have the time to take these things apart, and I don't have the mechanical. Even though this is simple stuff, mechanical expert. Well, I mean. Honestly though, when it gets to NPC and modern era, and when those boards get the little computer, not computer boards, but electronic boards go bad, oh, you got into some messy territory. Versus post-war is fun because it's so easy to work on. And I hope classic cars are like that too. I'd love to be riding in my 56 Buick and be like, oh no, I have an issue with my engine. Just put it in and be able to get it done like that. Versus modern cars today, geez, mechanics really got to keep updating the new books because they always seem to change. Rose Jewel Railroad says, has anyone ever told you you remind me of the know-it-all boy from the Polar Express? I can't find it, but what I did one year, all my friends are calling, I'm like a mix between Ralphie and the Polar Express nerd and some other train kid. I just cannot remember who. I can't remember. But I decided, I just did this to make fun of myself. I put one of my it was a Mechanicville video I did of me catching an NS train, and I put the audio of that video over the Polar Express kid, so instead of him being like, you know, hey you know what kind of train this is? It was instead, hello everybody, like he comes up over the chair like, hello everybody, and welcome back to our train. So that was pretty funny. That got a good laugh out of everybody. But yeah, I've got that comment plenty of times. You know, like if I take off the glasses, I'm not the Polar Express kid anymore. I'm a completely different looking guy. So yeah. What was I saying? Let's see. Oh yeah, I haven't even run the trains yet. Carter, hello. Thank you for swanging in. H says, I'm currently working on setting up my layout for remote. Wait, the HO or Z? I'm pretty sure you're talking HO, correct? He's got Joe says he's got the glasses to be the know-it-all. Hey, his glasses aren't that big as mine. I got the big ones, but I got some new glasses and they're going to be much smaller because I don't really like these big things anymore. Like, look at these are windows. Like, these are windows on my face. Okay, HO. That would be so funny. Z-scale radio controlled Z-scale. That'd be funny. And that's the thing about Harrison, if you don't know, if you haven't been up to date with his channel, he was just at the St. Albans show, and he put together... Actually, H, do you want me to even say this? Or just say people go to your channel and find out what the heck I'm even talking about? I'm just gonna say it. He did H put together a little suitcase layout Z-scale. It's great on the M&M sub. And that'd just be funny if you have it radio controlled because there's no sidings, it's just a loop. So the only thing you could do is go forwards and backwards with a little Z-scale layout or whatever, suitcase layout, so yeah. Anyways, I think it's time we run the trains because I've been talking for 43 minutes non-stop. So, and I don't know how my voice hasn't died yet. Whistle time! We all know it's our favorite. Who said gopher? Iron Horse says, I'm running my Blue Comet cars with non-conventional engine because I'm waiting for the transformer and power pack. Alrighty. And stop. There you go. Alright. Everyone's favorite thing to do. Yes, you can see it on H's channel. You can see, and, yeah. So, whistle time. Man, that thing's got a whistle. Oh, And that's the problem. 611 does not want to pull its own load. It never does or anything. Like, watch this. Like, look how much it struggles. Like, that's max speed. Ed, hello. Thanks for swinging in. Just starting to run the trains right now. See, Booth comment if you can hear it. It's not sounding too good. Yeah, it needs grease again. I just put it in 2 weeks ago. Me too, Dan. I don't know how it's up quick. I got a big head. 611 has been good. 611 fell on the floor twice. Alright, I think we got everything going. Yeah, I'm well aware, Pierce. The 611 fell on the floor twice, and the second time knocked out the headlight. That's why, kids, you always make sure your trains are coupled together. Because how it worked was like this. 611 uncoupled from the train and just flew right off here and hit down on the floor twice. Somehow it got no cosmetic defects, but the headlight just rattled loose. Let's go railfed, and if I send 611 to Roanoke, I might not get it back. Yeah, I don't know. The template loop is odd. It really is. The transformer is not even on much, but the train won't go around the curve without me putting it at like full max. And it stopped. I'm gonna assume it derailed. Yep. Let me quickly turn off. I think we'll just have the template sit tonight. Carter, you mean the shot? The shot. Rose Jewel says, does anyone use the direction bottom to change directions? Oh, we all like call. I mean, I occasionally do it, but the lever's fun, man. Dan, I'm pretty sure I did. There you go. Bye-bye, 6, 7. Yes, the 259E does not have an air whistle. The shot. Oh, well, the Santa Fe's don't have the batteries in them for the horn, so they can't do it either. Nothing here besides 611 has a horn. Or no, ew, did I just say a horn in 611? Ah, I meant to say whistle. I should know that, I'm a rail fan. And 611 just stalled. Must not have much PSI, am I right? I did not stop her, but I'm gonna let her move on her own. I just think the passenger car load fret's too heavy. Yes, the only place there's not a bus wire is the tube loop on the uptown loop. Honestly, Carter, I don't know. Man, these Santa Fe's aren't supposed to be going that fast. Yeah, I really gotta slow those Santa Fe's down, jeez. There, that's a little better. Alright, it's RBP, how's it going? Yep, got the blue comet on the inner loop. It's starting to sound pretty rough. And it needs a lot of new bulbs in those passenger cars. But I say that every time, and it never does get a new batch. Yeah, that's because I haven't been doing much streams, Chris, so you haven't really missed anything. Having some troubles with the edition as always. With the whole layout, I mean, it's an ours trains tradition. Yeah, 611 is so hard to see because it's got its headlight out, so it just looks like a big black bullet. Yeah, nobody's called out Bob yet. Here's because I already had Fast Track. I didn't feel like selling my old Fast Track for other track to do an O-gauge layout. Now, Fast Track is absolutely great for temporary layouts. I totally recommend it. But for permanent layouts, I would recommend Gargraves or I don't know. It's just because I'm starting to get issues with the Fast Track. Not electrical, just like physical issues. Like some parts are starting to buckle and all that. Rose Jewel, those are authentic, genuine post-war 253 Lionel Santa Fe F3s. Some of the most desired ones. I believe the most desired ones are the, 2343s or those New York Central? I can't remember. I just know the 2353s are not as desired for some reason. Exactly, boom. Another reason to get guardrails. My next layout will have guardrails. That's good. How you doing tonight, Bob? Doing pretty good? Alright. Yeah, tubular and magnet traction go together like peanut butter and jelly. Alright, I'll go turn the lights down. everything somehow turned into the opposite direction. It's all going this way. Oh, of course, Shadow Fan. I'll be getting to that in just a little bit. Here. Gotta do. I wish I had like an R's Trains patented coffee, so every time I take a drink, I'd be like, oh, you can get it here at the blank. There's no room for Bob at Littleville. He needs a bigger scale. He's too big for O gauge. He's definitely too big for HO. He needs full scale. that would be fun. That would be fun. Bob and that'd be a little too big for him though. We need G scale. Bob would fit G scale perfectly, but I don't have any G scale besides that one narrow gauge. I always wanted to do G scale, but never really got much into that or anything. Scott says I have a 16 by 16 shelf layout in my living room, and I use tubular. If I had a real layout, I'd go Gargraves. See, everybody loves Gargraves. Gargraves. There you go. I got my own system of track, everybody. But no, Gargraves is great though. I've heard a lot of good stuff, and I use Gargraves for my shelving because it looks very nice. Let's see. Randall says, "Wow, 2 returns in 1 weekend." Oh, I can't see. Graves. It sounds like a, what do you call it, a morgue or something. Graves. I got the headstones for you, baby. Need a casket? Come on over to Graves. No, that's what it sounds like. Or, I don't know, anything but trains. But, yeah, I don't know where we leave it off in our conversation prior. We'll be heading over to Littleville in just a second, all that, but, yeah. No, those don't work. No. I was gonna maybe be like, oh, maybe I should put this on the layout, but let's remember, the shelves over here are all deadline shelves. Yeah, these little fellows require a lot of work. See, that's what's nice. That's kind of the nice thing about not having. That sentence was never gonna come out good. That's what's nice about not having a large collection is you don't have too many problem locomotives or locomotives that can do problems and stuff. But yeah, Kyra says Cam was doing motocross today, so he's been sleeping in since we got home. Tried to wake him up because he wanted to watch Minnow Sixes. Cam's got to get his sleep. He's got school tomorrow, so that's funny. But I guess Cam had a good time at motocross and all then. Let's see. Heartland Train says, guess I'm late now. Well, if you're here for the O gauge, yes, because I'm going to be moving over to the HO in about 5 to 10 minutes. But H says, I'm going to have to drill out the weird screws on a serial to USB adapter. But don't you try to run trains out of your smartphone. Ryan Rock, real fan, hello. Says he's going to be so mad he missed you. Gotta get to sleep though. Hey, there's always next Sunday. Although I don't know when I'm going to do a stream, but I'm starting to think maybe, just maybe, I might be getting a little more time so we can get a few more streams in. And then once, I get off from college in early May, then, we got infinite Sunday Runday summer streams. But I gotta take you guys somewhere else besides the layout, I could totally do a rail fanning Sunday Runday, which would kind of be fun. I have not caught in trains properly in a long time. ALS, Adirondack Live Steamers, has the Wi-Fi, so I could try. Well, that's the thing though. Yeah, spring meet and fall meet are both over the weekends. That's what you said last. I mean, yeah, but ALS has Wi-Fi, so I could definitely try during the spring and fall meets to do a Sunday Runday there. Well, that's the problem though. Both events kind of end at that time, so I don't know. We'd have to see. But I don't know. I can't think of any locations and stuff to do. We NCT 80K. Well, wait, but when are you guys setting up though? Or was it on a Sunday or whatever? Well, yeah, you gotta do that. Well, that's the problem. Remember my signal at the Champlain Mall kept dipping out bad. That made the stream unwatchable. So we have to see. We really have to see. But Yeah, I'm gonna try to cook up some places. You can always, yeah, layout tours would be a lot of fun actually. If I'm gonna be more involved in stuff this year, especially in the NMRA, I'm sure there's plenty of guys who'd love to have like a stream or two with their layout and all that. Anyways, I think it's time we move on over to everyone's favorite little town, Littleville. So let's get on over to there and see what we have running tonight. And really, there's nothing running tonight because it's the same power as last weekend. Oh, hello, Ford Tailgate. Shadow says I won't be able to run HO Steel Table today because my basement... Oh, flooded. Oh, that's too bad to hear. Hopefully y'all can get running trains or just fixing that soon then. Yeah, so the only thing I changed... Jody says, I bought a 7.5, okay, live Steam Burlington order, $400. That's not too bad. Is it like a kit or whatever, Jody? Or is it full ready to go and all? Yeah, the only thing I added since the last layout is the Guilford hopper. That's about it. Let me replace the U-boat with something else, just because that was the stream. That was the power for last stream. What would look good with that equipment? I don't know. I could do 5018. And I'm going to keep on the U-boat, because what fun's listening to no sound? Alright. I'm just getting the other train started. I think that might be a little too fast. No, it's moving all right. She's moving about track speed. There we go. Now we got our freighter moving. How does the Johnny Cash thing go with the trucks and trains? Trucks and trains are rolling. Something, something, something. Trucks and trains are moving. I can't remember too well. Thank you very much, Rose Jewel. Not too much goes on in these streams because I don't really get much new stuff, but thank you for always sticking around. I really appreciate it. For me, it can kind of get old pretty fast depending on what happens, but I've run this train around the layout at the same time these past few streams. I can't believe people can keep watching this thing. See, I wish I could move Littleville up into my office, because I hate leaving it down here because it doesn't get much attention. Alright, then it's running modern slow track speed. Like Isaiah, not in the office building, just in the office room. I wish I had an office building. That means I must be doing something right. Alright, see you later, Dan. I'll see you down the line. Thanks for swinging in. Brian Rock says, ours trains, would you ever do around the room train layout? See, I would have, and here's the problem. This basement has a very unique history. Let me get up on the stairs. Hello, Volkswagen Hubcap. So, This here is the old basement. You can kind of see this used to all be a wall. And then we got an addition to our house because our grandfather was originally going to stay and live with us here. And we didn't really have an extra bedroom for him here. Yes, he's the one who got me into train. So we decided to build on the addition, and then he passed away before we could get started. But we decided to still go on with it anyways because it'd give us some extra room. So the old basement here used to have a train layout. Wait, Jody Smith says, I have to install the trucks and add Burlington Northern decals. The guy never installed the trucks or put the Burlington decals on. That's still a pretty good steal though, Jody Smith. I see a lot of those cabooses and stuff, I think are like for $1,000. I don't know live stream too well or anything, but that'll be pretty cool when it's all finished. But anyways, we used to have an old layout right here, and I don't get really how it would have fit back in the day, seeing this whole half, because this feels so small. But we had a layout that was in a big, like, kind of like a lowercase r shape. Not an L, but an R where it slightly came around. But it was like this. And then it actually came out a little here. So it started around, went around here, and came back. That was the old layout. And then we took that down like probably 5 years ago. And then the addition started 3 years ago. So then we bumped out here and did all this. But the problem with the basement is all of these bump outs. You see it going down in, coming back out, going down in, coming back out. You really can't have an around the room train layout, especially going like into that room and all that, or covering up the bathroom. And yes, that's right, I have a life preserver from a sunken tugboat in my bathroom. Random R's trains fact, but nah, it would just be too hard, and there's too many doors and stuff to cover. And, you know, our windows in the basement are pretty low because the house doesn't sit up too high. So, like, the windowsill is about at my waistline versus a lot of other basements have the thin slit windows, so you can kind of have a lot more room and stuff. So, oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will much more rather have this style of basement than others, but in a future home, I know I'll probably have, well, who knows, I might not even have a basement. Because many of the homes in the South and Midwest don't have one, but, well, not many, but a good amount, but, yeah, we'll have to see. But, yes, I would like to do one of those. I wish I could have done a G-scale ceiling layout or something, but this here pretty much takes that all away. Yeah, it is, Carter. It's, again, the ship bathroom. Because I couldn't find any other place to put my stuff. I was like, all right, why not have a sea-themed bathroom with even more ship stuff? And it's really hard to get in here. There you go. And then this cool old thing. So much cleaning to do down here, though. And there's the poor RC. Yeah, I purposely got that no dumping sign to put above the toilet. Because honestly, we don't want somebody to make a mess, right? Like, come on, that's weird. But the poor old 1/16 tank that'll never run again. The poor M26 Pershing. It's completely dead. It turns on, but the remote's dust. And they stopped manufacturing this guy a long time ago, and we can't get it fixed. So that guy's gone. The culvert loader's got to go. This is all going to be sold and all that stuff. So that's all got to go. So we're moving out a lot of things here just to make room so we can breathe in a little better. Anyways, where was I? This is a train channel after all. Yeah. Yeah, and Shane didn't he neither confirm or deny about the D&H SD45s? We just want to know. We just want our D&H SD45s. We know we're getting the RS38Us or M's or whatever, so that's a bonus. I'd much rather have the RS3Ms or the RS3Us than the SD45s, just saying. The Chop Alco looks much cooler than the traditional EMD. Oh, Jody, I have 2 steam locomotives. I've got the Penzi 260 up there, but I'm probably not going to keep it for much longer. And I have the 484 Reading Northern, but the problem is Littleville's curves are messed up since the train show in Albany. I've still never had time to really get to them, and it's nothing I can really do. See, going back in time, and I know this is going to kill some of you to hear this, but I much rather wish I used Bachmann Easy Track than Atlas. And the only reason why is that Bachmann Easy Track has the nice connectors, you know? Versus this here, Atlas is just sitting on top of a foam road bed, and it can kind of wiggle or whatever, but it can't really go exactly back. Because see, here's how I have it set up. And doesn't this look actually like real track? It's actually cool. But see how it just bends and stuff? I can never get it exactly as a nice turn radius. Versus Bachmann, you know, it's already plastic pre-made. All you have to do is connect those 2 pieces. Oh yeah, Kato. Yeah, Kato. Or Kato. Or Katu. I don't know how people say it. But something with where the ballast is already pre-made, or like Fast Track, where it can easily connect together. That's the track I should have used just for this layout, and the only reason why is because I did the joints on curve, and that's the biggest regret about Littleville. And there's been times where I've been just thinking I should just junk Littleville, take all the scenery off, and completely redo it exactly the same, just have it split this way instead of this way. But yeah, I just can't take the track out. That would just take too long. Because believe me, it would be a mess. I'd have to get hundreds of dollars of ballast all over again. I'd have to get a lot of money in the track. So unless if I got like a $300, $200 donation, being here's towards the retracking effort in Littleville, that I'm not going to make any efforts to redo the track. So. Oh yeah, me too, Ed. I would gladly see Steam Era above all diesels for DNH. Oh yeah, that's the thing, great DNH. I was originally using pre-made curves, but the reason I decided to ditch them was because all of those joints, because like, you know, you have 3 or 4 pieces, that's like 3 or 4 times more the joints than you get than one long solid piece. But I was having a lot of electrical issues before, so even if I added a lot of buses and stuff, I was still getting trains shorting out on the curves. So that's why I did Flex Track, just because it got rid of all of those joints and really got rid of all those problems. But why oh why did I have to have Littleville separate the length way instead of the width way or whatever? I don't know, just on the curve, I never should have done it that way. But the problem then with going the other way is, how do you split this? See all these switches? You can't split that. And that's why I'm not really going to keep Littleville. I don't see me having Littleville in the next 10 years or whatever. I see me just kind of stripping Littleville of everything and moving it to another 4x6 HL layout with a better design. And that's the thing. It's like having kids, you know. Like, first kid, it's like, oh, I don't have any kids, so I'm not a parent. I wouldn't know this. But just from what I've heard, it's like first kid, you make a lot of mistakes on. Then come the second kid, you've learned a lot. Then the third kid, you've gotten everything down. So like layouts. First layout, you screw up a lot. Second layout, you mostly got it done. Third layout, you're good to go. You've got plenty of experience. Yeah, eight layouts. That's the number, Ed. Yeah, that's what I did too, Great DNH. I I have all the flex track joints soldered except for where it separates, and that's how everything's able to stay running so smooth. Yeah, that's a new one, Carter, but hey, I mean, it's kind of relatable, right? None of these trains have blown their horns. It must be a quiet zone. I mean, Ed, it's much better than last semester, but after a week of lovely spring break in New Orleans, I'm not looking forward to going back. Because in New Orleans, we had lovely 70-degree weather, always sunny, I got a tan, and now it's like, 40 tomorrow? Like, you know how much I enjoyed wearing shorts for once, and now I gotta go back to wearing full winter gear? And we had a little bit of snow earlier today. Like, come on! I just want the warm weather, and I just want college to be over for spring break. Or no, for summer. Carter says, if you were to make a new layout, would you still keep the autumn theme or do a different season? I really like autumn because it's my favorite, but I would probably just do summer because it's the easiest to do. Even dead of winter is really hard because you need to find bare trees. Oh, geez, 21? Well, I guess see, that's another reason why I'm moving out of New York, because the winters just suck here. Sure, it looks pretty or whatever the first time, but then after the 4th, 5th, and 10th time it snowed or just been cold, you've gotten pretty tired of it. Especially if you've been living here for over 20 years. Who needs trees when you could just do the Midwest or South? He's 21 in PA too. Brian Rock, if I was to do a 4x6, as much as I love the double loop or whatever, because you can run twice as more trains than one loop, I think I'd do a single track for the next one and have it like a short line railroad or something. There. It's a little easier to sit down. But that's the problem. I don't know what I'd do, but I always like the mountains and stuff because I don't like being able to see one side of the layout and then seeing it the other. It kind of ruins the illusion. So, I don't know what it would be. Probably single track with a decently big yard or mill. But I really love the look of, like, short lines and stuff and the old bad track and stuff. So, maybe that'll be my next layout. Shadow Fan says, I'm going to Florida for vacation in April. I hope I can find some FEC trains. That'd be cool. Aloha Angler says, I plan to move out of Ohio too. Still here and very unlikely to ever leave now. Well, that's why you're called the Old Ohio Angler, right? It wouldn't be like the Old Illinois Angler. It just doesn't sound the same. Bat and kill layout confirmed? Nah. Bat and kill is too hard to rail fin, and I want a more unknown short line because seems everybody knows them now. I don't even know if I've all told you guys about the tourist railroad coming into Saratoga. There's the new railroad, the SC&H, Saratoga, Corinth, and Hudson, that'll be operating out of Greenfield? I'm just going to say Corinth. Operating out of Corinth, so that'll be pretty cool to see it come back. I'll likely do a video on it. CJ, hello again. CJ, are you pumped to see the SC&H that's coming to Corinth with the Alco number 5? Yeah, Nor'eastern can be kinda better than some of the other things that have happened. CJ, you're not excited to see the new railroad? Who wouldn't want to see some lovely Alco action? Oh yeah, I think I heard about that, right, Carter? Aren't they trying to get a new line that goes through Bowling Green or something? That'd be cool. Yeah, G45. Woo! CJ, how'd you not know about it? I'm sure your dad's told you plenty about it. The Saratoga, Corinth, and Hudson. That'll be fun, though. It's nice to see the line finally being revived. Let's just hope they have a much longer debut than the SMC. Because SMC and Upper Hudson didn't last that long. Third time's the charm, right? I know, these all just sounds like field or grain trains now. I wonder why they'd change it to G. Oh, that would look really pretty, especially going by the E8 you guys have there, right? Yeah. Not really, Joe. Last I heard of it was like in December when they're like, oh, we're going to put the decals on it in spring and ready to roll, and that was it. I haven't even been out that way since November 14th, which was when I saw the S2 doing the freight train. That was the last time I've ever been out there. It's been such a long time. Yeah, repainted, not decaled. Decaled on a big locomotive sounds funny. I don't know why. Gotta get my decal kit, dude. Detailer. Oh, but I'm sure it's going to be a foam fest at the Bat and Kill. Once 5015 starts moving out again. Or they should at least move it to a tourist railroad where those types of crowds are expected. Oh, yo, 5015 moves to the SC&H? That'd be fun. Man, I don't get how Littleville was able to run 6 hours of trains at the GTE nonstop. This little layout's got its charm. I'll probably go on the stream for 10 more minutes and tie it up at 100. Yeah, hasn't it been over a year now since it was on 16R that one night? I don't even know what to do now. Owen, hello, thanks. Yeah, I'm about to end the stream in 5 or 10 minutes. Not too much going on anymore, obviously, but yeah, just running the HO trains for the rest of the night. Shadow says, recently I had my Rail King C&O 464 Streamline Hudson refurbished and it smokes really good once more. Great to hear. Oh, it's been a long stream though. Haven't done the good old hour and 20-minute stream in a long time. Or no, at this point, no, yeah, I'm doing okay. I don't know what to run for next stream though. I just wish I had a bigger HO layout. Or that the join issue wasn't bad. Then things would be nice. Yeah, I believe they are great D&H. It just depends on where you're out of, probably. Like, I don't think a 2-hour drive or whatever to go volunteer would be very ideal, especially if you're far away or something and having to do it like every week or something. Ed, not to my knowledge. I don't know too much about the SCNH or really what they're doing besides their Facebook posts, but I don't know what's going on. I don't really think there's a freight railroad that's looking to do stuff with the titanium mine at Tahawa's, but I don't think much. Honestly, knowing that history, there's probably going to be nothing coming out of it, or it'll just fall through. But the tourist railroad, on the other hand, they're not going to be doing anything with the Tahawas, but I guess, yeah. But I believe they're starting on Labor Day weekend or whatever. It's about 3 weeks or whatever after I get out of college. So I'll definitely get some pics and a video for you guys. Like, first tourist train since fill in the blank. So... But yeah, New York hasn't had one, at least upstate hasn't, unless if you count the Catskill Mountain. But for me, Kingston kind of feels downstate. It's not true upstate, capital region, baby. And then you have Arcade and Attica all the way on the opposite side in Delaware and Ulster. Man, I can't get this tripod to sit still. Yeah. Shadow says, so I saw this Amtrak train went by during August 2021. Had the oh yeah, that New York Central Observation. I believe it's owned by I can't remember anymore, but they have a lot of private cars and they have their own Facebook page. A derailment on the HO layout, Isaiah? I mean, I could make one happen. I just don't feel like it. And for the O-gauge guys, slow-moving trains are very infuriating. How is it not going 88 million? Web rail, that was it. How are they not going 800 scale miles per hour? That's like the great rift in the O-gauge community. So many guys like their trains going around slow, and so many of them like them going around fast. There's no in-between. There is none. Thank you, Heartland Trains. I'll be signing off here in just a sec, but I appreciate the comment, and then the O-gauge one over there. Man, it's really hard to balance because I'm just sitting on a stool here, I kind of feel like the guy at the DreamWorks logo on the moon. Instead of me just sitting on a moon, I'm sitting on a stool. Instead of a fishing pole, I'm holding my selfie stick with the phone. That'd be quite the image, huh? Now that would be cool if if I had the Back to the Future 3 the DeLorean steam train or whatever. Was it Sierra Nevada number 3? I can't remember what one it was. Sierra Nevada number something. Man, 4109 has a lot of... Wait, 4109, did I get that right? Don't tell me no, 4110. 4110 sure got a lot of workers on it. I don't know why, I kind of find this funny. It looks like a mirror. I could almost crop it just like that. There. The odd tunnel scene. Poor Pan Am really do be ripping out the signals. Or I mean CSX. Great DNH, thank you. Thanks for swinging in. I'm gonna need all the luck everyone can wish me for tomorrow, because boy, do I not want to wake up at 6 a.m. I wish I had another week of spring break off. Well, we finally hit the 100-minute mark, so I guess that concludes Sunday Runday number 39. Thank you all for swinging in. We had another, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Make sure to smash that like. But we had a good stream, of course, had a good chat, and thank you all for who are tuned in and all that stuff. I can't really think of any announcements or anything to make because every time I do, it seems nothing ever happens. I'm like, oh, I'll be releasing these videos, and no, it never happens. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I can post a video or two. But I've got some projects in the works, of course, naturally. Mechanicville documentary is canceled. I'm not going to... That's going to be too hard to do or whatever. That, and there's just not enough interest. So I think I'm going to probably just switch it to something else. But I really want to do some kind of like no budget but high production video or something like that. I think it would be fun. But yeah, anyways, again, thank you all for swinging in. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come hang out with me and run some trains. We had a lot of fun, naturally. So, yeah, I'm hoping next weekend, on Sunday, Runday number 40, I can fit in a stream, but who knows with the college workload. After all, it's the final quarter, whatever, final semester. So, they're going to be pushing the work hard. So, I'm not sure what things will look like when it comes to free time and all, but I think I'll be able to fit another stream there. So this won't be so long till May or anything, but yeah, we'll have to see though with the time. I'm sure I'll be able to fit in something, or if not a Sunday Runday, I could always try to do something on Saturday or something like that. But yeah, anyways, I will see you all in the next video / live stream / whatever I do. So stay tuned and good night. Thank you all for coming in. I really appreciate it. Alright, I'll see y'all sometime soon. Bye-bye.